So guys, yep, we're back. What TV? We have to talk about this situation. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it. It's the migrant situation that has hit Boston. Yep, right where the Celtics play. The migrant situation has hit Boston, and like Chicago, Boston has taken the airport to use to house some of the migrants. In Boston, I guess they have a rule or a thing where some of the migrants, they leave in the day and they return at night to shelter. We've heard that this is happening in Atlanta too, in secret parts of the airport where they don't want to let people know that they kind of started taking the idea from Chicago, because I believe that first started in Chicago. But it's happening in Boston. So recently, Boston has taken some steps after there was a public outroar or some highlighting to the situation that, hey, we got migrants up in the airport. I mean, citizens have to take their shoes off to check in. So when migrants are leaving in and out of the airport, how is that? Is it safe? Is that adding or subtracting to the security at airports? I mean, we got to be safe with that. You know, that's a concern that I've seen a lot of people have. And Boston is taking the steps to shift some of these people who are at the airports into a rec center up in the Roxbury neighborhood of Boston. Now, I want to highlight and take time to just look at a couple up in Boston that's taking the matters into their own hands and housing migrants. Again, we've seen politicians in Chicago suggest that people in the suburbs of Chicago should possibly take migrants in. They were actually going to go to the extent of putting up a website that people could go to and where they could register if they want to take in any migrants. Let me know your thoughts about that. Is all this stuff that people are doing helping to aid with the migrant situation? And, you know, if people are lending a helping hand, should anybody be concerned? I mean, these are everyday citizens that are taking their resources to help people in need. So we just want to take a look at Boston and take a look at some of the good things that the good people of Boston are doing out there. Let's run it.
And they're encouraging other people to help out in the same way during this housing crisis. It all comes as Boston leaders worry about opening up more shelter space in the city and where that space will be. WBZ's Brandon Truitt is live in Brookline with the growing divide in this migrant debate. His story all new at 8. Brandon?
Well, Lisa, with the state shelters at capacity and, of course, those images of those families sleeping at Logan Airport, the Stokes family said they knew it was time for them to step up and help.
The family is lovely. They're so appreciative. It's been wonderful.
When Colin and Jessica Stokes called the state to sign up to be a host family, it took less than an hour for the displaced migrants to be dropped off at their door.
I gotta get sheets on the bed. How many people are coming? Where are they from? What ages? We really knew nothing.
The need is so clearly overwhelming.
The family of 4 who didn't want to go on camera had been sleeping at Logan Airport. The parents and 2 kids journeyed from Chile to Texas, then Massachusetts, and there are so many stories like it.
It boggles the mind that there are so many hundreds of those stories and those people who are in such a stressful, traumatic transition.
It comes as the state's newest emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week. An office building in Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no showers, to me, would be a non-starter.
It is incredible to observe on the front lines how challenging it is.
You heard that. I mean, let's run this back because I don't want this to go over anybody's head. This gentleman suggests, Boston is looking for a site to house incoming migrants, and they're running out of space and options. So they have a bunch of factory spaces, right, that they can use for options. But again, just like New York, like these vacant hotels, they can rent them out, but there's not a kitchen there, right? So just like Boston, if they house migrants in places that doesn't even have adequate bathrooms, let alone a kitchen, if they are able to find places that have restrooms and spaces where they could take showers and stuff like that, what about nutrition? Will Boston be the next state to suggest or issue credit cards to migrants? Let me know what you think. Will Boston be next to issue out credit cards? I don't know. Let's run that back.
Would be a non-starter.
It is.
But there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no showers, to me, would be a non-starter.
I'm telling you, if they get these people in these sites, right? Sites, and they cannot provide just beds, like a sheltering space, what you see in front of you, in a factory, that's going to be bad. Because if the cost of delivering 3 meals a day, because we have children that are there that they have to feed. I mean, the cost of delivering meals and administrating that is a cost. So that's why you see Mayor Adams suggesting that we should just give these people credit cards because it would cost less. Will Boston do the same thing because they're putting people in places that doesn't have adequate place for nutrition? I don't know. But at least we have some good families out there that are stepping up. And I think this is going to further create divide in the country because you have a lot of people saying that, man, it's a crisis at the border. We need to stop these migrants. Not only stop them, but we actually need to deport these migrants. The vice president himself, who's coming in, Trump's boy. Trump boy. We're going to take a look at it in another video. But the vice president, the next possible vice president of the United States is talking about deporting people. And then now we have families across America who's taking the migrants in. Tell me your thoughts.
State's newest emergency shelter in Roxbury reached its capacity of 400 people in a week. An office building in Boston Seaport could be the next site, but there are concerns.
Having a site with no running water, no showers, to me, would be a non-starter.
It is incredible to observe on the front lines how challenging it is.
The Stokes are getting a closer look at the state's migrant crisis than they ever imagined and stress the need to fix it is greater than many of us know.
Just the dysfunction is really disheartening, and I know that really well-intentioned people are working as hard as they can. It's a state of emergency, but it is distressing to see the volume.
And Lisa, they spoke with us tonight to try to inspire other families to maybe sign up and help as well. Those kids are still waiting to be enrolled in schools. The parents are ready to get to work, but they have been told that their work authorization forms could take months to process.
Wow. You hear it right there, guys, for yourself. I mean, Boston, people are in Boston, Denver, New York, Chicago, California, all across America are taking migrants in. They're taking migrants in all while at the same time we have the vice president, the future possible vice president of the United States saying that these families should be deported. What do you guys think about that? I mean, that's going to be something to deal with and talk about, and it's going to create a divide in the country. I mean, wow. Let's see if we could run some of that right now for you guys, actually. I'm going to let you guys hear for yourself, just in case you don't believe me. This is the future vice president talking about possibly deporting
We are less than a week
migrants.
away from the second Republican debate, and a new CNN poll of New Hampshire voters shows Vivek Ramaswamy on the rise, holding a slight lead over Nikki Haley, Chris Christie, and Ron DeSantis in the battle for second place. NBC's Dasha Burns sat down with Ramaswamy for an exclusive interview at his Ohio headquarters and joins us this morning. Dasha, always great seeing you. You heard more about his family's immigration story. What'd you learn?
I'm going to jump right to the juicy stuff. Sorry, guys.
So your father is not a citizen of the United States?
He's not.
Okay. And your mother, when did your mom take the citizenship test? Was it before or after you were born?
After I was born.
After you were born. Okay.
After years of being in this, following the legal process of becoming a naturalized citizen. She followed it through the legal process.
Wow. That was actually the news broadcaster drilling him on his migrant history, family tree, because he's not a true born American. However, his family is. He's a descendant of migrants. However, he had a stance where he had stated that migrants should be deported. Let's see if we could find it here. I don't think we're going to be able to find it here, but we are going to discuss it on another video. We're definitely going to discuss it because we need to talk about that. Today we will focus more about the things that people are doing across the country to help migrants, because here again we took a look at Denver, we took a look at New York, we took a look at Chicago, and now we have a great story coming out of Boston of people across the country helping migrants. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Should people across the country be able to house migrants? Would you house any migrants? And if it comes down to it, and if the vice president gets his way, should these migrants that are staying with families be deported, picked up and deported? Because if so, ICE is going to be busy, busy, busy. Let me know your thoughts. Again, What TV? It's Ace. Like, subscribe. Definitely share the video. Share it. Hit the tab. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Get me up there. Come on, guys. Come on. Get it up. Peace.